Hello there, YouTube, and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the Pacific Northwest, in that wonderful little town of Belfair, Washington. Hickville, USA, as I love to call it. So welcome to my channel, everybody. This is June 2025's Paper Pumpkin Alternative video number 5. So this is the last time I'm going to show you everything in the kit. So the videos hopefully will get shorter, right? So let's get started, everybody. So this kit is called Full of Charm. And you could have made 3 of this card, and I'm going to tell you right now, these look purple, at least unless I'm losing my eyesight. On mine, they look a little purple in here, but they are not. They are Misty Moonlight. Night of Navy. They look kind of Misty Moonlight in person to me. But right here, it could be the lighting. It's overcast outside, but right now, they're looking a little purpley to me. So anyways, you could make 3, this one, and this one, and all 9 envelopes are the same. On the back here, this QR code would lead you to a video to show you how to put this kit together as it is designed, the visual, everything in the kit, and down here it lists those coordinating colors for the final time until the end. Basic Beige, Berry Burst, Blackberry Bliss, Cajun Craze, Early Espresso, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, Pretty Peacock, Timid Tiger, and Gold. Just because it lists those coordinating colors does not mean that other colors will not coordinate. Because, as I'm going to show you, Peach Pie coordinates beautifully with this kit. Evening Evergreen does too. Misty Moonlight does. I've used that one already. And as always, this one over here would lead you to this set of 4 dies called Hugs of Bloom dies. They are the add-on dies. They will coordinate with April, May, and June Paper Pumpkin Kit. Now, although you can use these for anything and everything, you do have to be a subscriber to purchase the add-on dies. So this one over here, this is the new set of add-on dies. They are available to purchase now. If you are a subscriber, they are called Circle of Season dies. You have a hello. Yes. You have a circle. You have this one, which goes inside this one to make a strawberry. This one will go on top of this one to make an acorn. This, of course, is the top to the strawberry and this little embossing bit here. A leaf and a little flower, and I'm going to show you what those look like. So we have an acorn, a strawberry, a flower, a leaf, a circle, and a hello. So with that being said, let's take a look at the stamp set. So the stamps are distinctive image stamps. So we have a branch. This could be a leaf, more leafy, leafier stamp, or it could just be something like wisteria. It could be lilac. It could be a cherry blossom. The single leaf stamp, which is a little kind of puzzling to me, but okay. Thank you. Let's celebrate you. Happy birthday to a wonderful friend and miss you. Now I consider I already used miss you. So miss you is done. I've used thank you. I've used to wonderful friend. Let's celebrate you. Do we do a pretend? Let's celebrate you. No, I'll do an actual card with that one. Not this card though, because I already have something else in mind. But let's celebrate you and happy birthday. I'll be using those together. I still need to use this stamp and this one. Not on this card, but we'll get to that. I'll use all of the stamps at least once. Sometimes I try to do that, but there are stamps sometimes that I just can't use because they don't suit my particular needs. With that being said, I'm going to set that to the right. Oh, please let me remember it went to the right. Let me show you everything that comes into the kit for the last time. Yes. All right. Let's gently bring the box of goodies over here. And I do keep all of my supplies in the box as I work on my kit, because sometimes I have to close this box up and do a little something else. So let's start with the ephemera. So we have this one. Oh, it isn't even Night of Navy. It's Pretty Peacock, though, in that flyer, it looks a little purpley. Oh, this is the one that looks purpley. That is Night of Navy. Okay, so we have Pretty Peacock, we have Mossy Meadow, we have that Timid Tiger single flower. You get 3 of those. 3 of all of these. You get 4 of the sentiments. Move my little Miss You circle. So we have this circle, this diamond, this rectangle. We have this one here, which I have already shown you how to cut this in 2. We are going to use 1/2 of that one here. And we have this one, which lays over one of the card bases. I won't be doing that. Maybe I'll do it once and we'll see what I can come up with there. But those are the ephemera. So we have the Pretty Peacock. We have the tear tape, which can now come out of here and go with the rest of my tear tape. And then we have these little bags I keep. I will reuse them. So we have glue dots, which will go right there for now. We have bling this time around. Come on, Stampin' Up. Thank you. We always want bling, and we have some dimensionals. These are going to go into my little drawer of little baggies. And let's take a look at our card base. So this card base is the same on both sides, front and back. Blank canvas there. This is the envelope. All of 9 envelopes are the same. This is the one that this simply lays over there. That's how that goes. See, that is pretty, but in my opinion, it's just as pretty without it. So I'm not sure if I would do that. I think it's pretty without it. So, but there is that one. And on this side of it, the back side, it's just got those little foil, gold foil dots. Envelope the same. And this card base, don't think I've used one of these yet. Nope, all 3. Front and back the same. Blank canvas almost. And the rest is in there. So with that being said, we're going to, see, there's my little Miss You. My pretend Miss You. I'm going to put it in there. That can go in there for now. And let me show you what I am bringing in. So I am going to bring in the April 2022 Change is Beautiful. We are going to be using the Every Day is a New Day and May This New Season Hold Wonderful Experiences. That is not how it's worded, though. You can see that. So this printing is not how this is worded. That's funny. This is it. This is the correct printing. Isn't that funny? So that is the correct printout of that. And there. Those are the 2 from this stamp set that we are going to be using. I am also bringing in that Gallery Blooms dies, these frames. I showed you that this one I think is more suited for an A6 size card, European size card. This one I used in the previous video, stacking them. Let me just show it to you here. Offsetting the 2, interlinking them. So I did the peach card, right? With the peach dies. That one came out so cute. This time I'm going to try, so if you see this one, it worked out. We're going to try to cut this frame down. I did not buy this set for the frame. I have a beautiful die set. So those of you, some of you did, go and buy the die my daughter bought me. This die is still going to be my go-to die. This fits perfectly in an A2 card. This one here that my daughter got me from Amazon. She was just being nice. It has nice little detail. This is still going to be my go-to card. This just doesn't sit inside an A2 card proportionately. But we're going to go ahead and try to cut this one down. So, just because I have it die cut. And we are using peach pie, right? So let me show you what I have. And that's from the Gallery Bloom dies. Part of one of those suites. That was the suite that if I told my Aunt Carol, right? I said, if that suite is not available, I'm not buying one. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to get one to 50% off. That was that buy one, get one 50% off sale. So the wonderful Tami sent me these paper butterfly accents, and she wrote for my birthday, happy birthday. So I put them in the sleeve. So these are nicely protected. We're going to, if you have some of these, or if you don't, just, we do have a butterfly from Paper Pumpkin. Trying to reach for it here. Hold on. No. There we go. Thanks and beyond. There's you guys a butterfly if you need one. I am going to use, I think this one and this one on this card. We're going to sponge it in peach pie, but not at the moment. First things first, you can see I've got things paper clipped. We're going to go over all of the goodies we have here. Here's my little note to myself. Show how to cut this down to size. It's going to be an experiment for you and me both. There's my paper clips. So this is where I cut this apart right here. So I need to do a little cleanup. And I think what I'm going to do is I am just going to cut this completely off. I don't think it's going to hurt it any. And I'm just going to, can you guys hear Mr. Hank? Ah, he's in there. He's having a heyday in there. We're just going to clean that up a little bit. So that little bit, it's not going to miss anything. I meant to take my recycle bin out and it's still full. So I'm using 2 pieces of the Mossy Meadow ephemera that I already cut in a previous video in that single last floral of my Timid Tiger. And see, it pairs beautifully with the peach pie and my diamond. So I have 2 frames. If I mess up the first one, we can go again with the second one. So this has an indentation right here. So we're going to cut that in there. We're going to cut this one right in there. Just lay your scissors there. Now, what I want to do is we should only need 2. So let's start at the beginning. Card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, white envelope, right? We're going to set that to the side. Layer number 1 is 1/2 of the card base, and this is 4 1/4 by 5.5. So we just trimmed off the bottom part of this frame. So if we cut off where there is this indentation in the frame right here, then all we have to do is glue this back on where we want it, right? That's all we should have to do. And voila, we will have our frame. Pretty simple, right? Just have to decide where at I want it. Now I have this one and I have this one. When I get this one done, I'm just going to do the same on this one. So we're going to do it twice. This is just going to make it a little thicker. When I die cut these, I die cut these both at the same time. Did not work out for me. I had to remove one and die cut it again, but that could just be the way I was die cutting it. So right about there. Needs to come down a little bit. That looks pretty good. All right, we're going to go for it. Oh, I should have probably put this. Today is a really good day to work in the yard. I'm just going to go for it right here. It's going to be better than it was. Oh, great. It just came off. Probably could have used some tear tape. So let's just get some more glue on here and do it again. Trial and error. But I know where to go. It's probably from me running it through so many times. Boy, Hank is just having a time in there doing whatever he is up to. All right. That's a little low. This needs to come out a little. All right, I am ready to cut these ends off. So let's see how my frame now fits. So much better. So let me put them next to each other. Do you see that? So much better. So this could have been a little more centered in there. It still can wiggle. Let's do right there. Perfect now. That looks like that can just come completely off since I am going to do the same thing again. So once again, I am cutting in the groove. That's why I'm not worried about it being straight. And this time, all I have to do is put glue on top of everything because I already know what size it is, right? So this one. So if I were you, if I was doing this again, which I probably will be doing this again, because I'll be using this suite, I will cut this die in white. If I was using this, I would cut this die in white to back it in whatever I was doing, because I will cut this down. So there's that one. That one. Now I'm just going to put this across the bottom and it looks even more finished. Trial and error. No error. We succeeded in making it fit. And I have a lovely fly has joined us for today's video. It's just that time of year. My daughter bought a plant, a pitcher plant, to help with the flies. But it is out there, not in here. Probably should put it in here. All right, so there we have a beautiful, let me show you again the difference, because I do have another die. I cut this out again in a different color. Let me get it out here. Oh no, that's the center. Where did the other one go? Just a second. I do have one, I promise. It is going to be used for the next video, actually. So this is what it would look like on an A2 card if you didn't cut it down. This is what it looks like when you cut it down. And that's what it looks like on top of the original. So much better trimmed down. But I understand, like, this probably fits an A6 card. I think that's what the European card is. This fits that beautifully. It also, this will fit a Memories in More card beautifully, beautifully, beautifully. You'll see that in video number 6, because I'm using one of those in video number 6. to show that. Okay, let's get this card going. So we have our card base. We are going to glue layer number 1, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This is just half of a card base. And it's funny because right before I came out to do this video, I went outside, I picked some strawberries, I cleaned them, I cut them, I put them in the freezer, and then I make jam out of it when I have enough. But I told Mr. Hank, I said, hey babe, I said, you want to earn some money? He's like, how much? I said, I'm going to pay you $10 if you want to mow or weed whack. I said, you will do one, I will do the other because the yard needs some help. He's like, oh yeah. So that's what Hank and I are doing here when I'm done with this. I said, okay, I will see you when I'm done with my video. He's like, okay, see ya. So that's what Hank and I are doing. Now the question is, do I want to do some stamping? So we're going to take a look-see because, you know, it's always better when you take a look-see. This is my center focal point of the card. Here is that part, right? And let me show you, to the right is where I put it, taking inspiration from their card here. Theirs is, of course, much fuller. It's on the one card base here. We're not doing that. We're using a frame. We're using this card base, but the inspiration is here. I am going to be putting this here. And we're just going to add a little greenery here and a little greenery down here. Really quite simple, pretty little card. My thought is, do I want to add a little more here and a little more here before I glue anything down? And I can tell you, I do. I think we're going to stamp the blue here and some peach pie up here. Okay, so we're going to repeat this down here, this one up here. Now, I don't have that Timid Tiger. I don't intend to buy Timid Tiger, guys. That is just my personal, I'm trying to be smarter with my money. Because I'm not, the last several years, well, last 4 years, I've ended up with a lot of paper from the In Colors. So I'm going to be smarter about how I use my money. So first we're going to do the peach pie, and I'm just going to bring this back in here to see where I need it. So I need it about right there. So using my pinky, it's like this. So my pinky's kind of with my block in place here, holding where I need it. Then I'm going to remove this and I can set this one down. Now I have to clean it off to get the Night of Navy. Really pretty. A turn of the tower. Will bring us to Night of Navy. Oh, I set that in a bad spot. It was set on top of my cleaning cloth for my lens on the phone there. All right, next we're going to repeat everything again. So we have to put it in position. All right, so that's there. So we want this one right here. So again, let me show you. Do you see my pinky? It's resting, right? My other fingers are holding my block where I want it. Oops. Still about right there. So I'm going to remove these and then I'm going to place it down. So hopefully if you're like, oh, how does she do that? That's how I do it. It's not that hard. It's just my pinky is holding everything positioned above. So there we have that little bit. Now, before I go doing anything else, let's go ahead and let's stamp. So I'm going to stamp off here. Well, looks like we're stamping there. Wasn't going to do that, but now we are. We're going to stamp again here. We're going to leave room for some peach pie. Then we're going to stamp Now I'm going to clean it off and do a little cluster of peach pie. I was going to just alternate, but when you drop the stamp, it's kind of hard to do that, right? Kind of have to go with what you've done, but it's going to work. So I'm going to come a little farther out. All right. We'll stamp the inside in a minute. Now here, I'm just going to stamp peach pie because I'm going to stamp the sentiment in the Night of Navy. And the sentiment is going to be to a wonderful friend in the Night of Navy. And I really... All right, that one. Let's stamp this in Night of Navy. Every day is a new day. Now I want to bring it as far over here as I can. Right in the center, I stamped off first. Now I'm going to clean it off. Stamp off, do a little blue and a little blue down there, just to add a little bit extra to it. All right, I think that's it for the inside. We still need the Night of Navy. Oh, I still need the peach pie. We need to do, okay. Oh, we might leave that out too, just in case. We need to do the butterflies. Where are, so we're going to need these in a minute. We're going to put the card together and then decide which of all of our butterflies we're going to use. Those are the two I think we're going to use. All right, let's move that aside for the moment and start assembling of our card. So frame first. Sorry, he cracks me up. He's in there. He sounds like George of the Jungle. Ah. Justice and I were talking about George of the Jungle. And I asked her, I said, has Hank ever seen George of the Jungle? She's like, no, he's seen the Tarzan movie, but not George of the Jungle. I said, that is going to be one funny movie when he sees. She's like, I know. She's like, we'll have to do that this weekend. We'll have to rent it on, not that I don't own it, but Little Jessa actually has my movie cases over her place. She's like, we are going to have to watch George of the Jungle with him. I'm like, are we sure we want to introduce him to George of the Jungle? You know how, like, if you were like me, your parents would say, when you would do something, if your friends jumped off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge too, right? So I said this to Hank. I don't remember how that came up. And he looked me straight in the face and he says, well, it depends on how high the bridge is. He's like, because you can survive a jump off a bridge up to 70 feet up off the water. I didn't know what to say. And I said, well, Hank, I said, I think your legs would break. He's like, nope, not if you put your hands across your chest and your feet pointed down. He's like, you should survive a jump off a bridge pretty good. And I thought, oh, please, nobody ever ask him to go jump off a bridge. Please, please, nobody suggests to my grandson to go jump off a bridge. Because if he decides that it's safe to do so, that boy will go jump off a bridge. Yes. So, just so everybody knows, if you ever ask my grandson, you know, if all your friends are jumping off a bridge, would you do it? If he deems it within the range of 70 feet and it's survivable, yes, the answer is mine would. Mine would. So I put a little glue here in the center, but I put dimensionals here and here to give it a little bit of more depth. This is going to go up on dimensionals just at the top and the bottom. And that way I can still slide my greenery underneath it, because it's going to need to go underneath the sides. This little one is not going to need to go on any dimensional. Actually, I'm just going to put glue here. Right, just like that. And then these are going to come up here and here. I want it under there like that. But first we have to put some glue on it. Yes. So the answer is, if your friends were all jumping off a bridge, would you go? Yes, Hank would. So, yeah. So, yeah, I know. I just shook my head. Should have known, right? Then I can tuck a little bit of glue under there, hopefully. Isn't that lovely? It really is. It really, really is pretty. So we have the bling, which doesn't do anything for it. It just doesn't. We have that bling, which doesn't do a whole lot for me either. So let's find something else. Now that sparkly bling does. Okay, we're going to use these three because well, we got to do the butterflies. Let's do those and then we'll decide, because we'll probably do, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I think I only need one, and I think I just want it there. Yes, we're going to use the one. It doesn't need... But I'm wondering, can I? Yes. Okay. So we're going to do peach pie, and I think I'm going to speckle a little bit of Night of Navy with my itty bitty backgrounds. So we need the Stampin' Pierce mat. We're going to make it all dirty now. Peach pie coming in. Beautiful. A little bit more. I'm going to go a little bit darker on the outside. Do I want to add the blue? I'm not sure. What if Let's see those blue rhinestones that I got from the thrift store, right? What if I put these in the body? I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh, definitely. We're going to do blue rhinestones. All right. That will do it. That's going to do it. Okay, let's get this. I'm trying to think of where I can... Oh, I would like to pop this up. And I can if I use dimensional strip here. I think. Let's see. I can. I'm going to cut it in chunks. Oh, that might be too... That one might be too big. I bet I can just cut this one in half. Can make it work for you, right? And then a little one there. Trying to get the backings off now. Well, I took the entire thing off. The mail lady is here. Thank you, Zed, for allowing me to know that they're here. Silly little dog. All right. Oops, we can't have it up there. All right, now we can do the bling. My little birds are out, and we need a few more, like, oh, do we want little ones or do we want big ones? I don't know. 1, 2, 3. Can use all of these. 4 and 5. Oh, that's lovely. Beautiful little accents of blue. I decorated, by the way, I decorated my front porch just a little bit. I got some garland from the dollar store a while back. Some stars. My Aunt Carol gave me some garland of, that's what started it. She gave me these little strips of little gold stars. She's like, oh, I thought you might want these. I'm like, okay, now I got to figure out what to do with them. Well, then I got some red, white, and blue stars, and I hung them out on the porch. Well, my hubby is gone today. Yeah. When he comes home, he'll be like, oh man. I'm like, yep. And then I plugged in the blue Christmas lights. Yep. So I'm all ready for the 4th of July. So let's get our envelope. Oh, it's got a little kink there. But there's my card. Number 5. Every day is a new day. May this season hold wonderful new experiences. I absolutely, I just love it. We need some Winkastella. Did somebody say Winkastella out there? Were you sending me vibes that it needed to sparkle and shine? Because if you were sending those vibes, I heard you. I heard you. Here we go. Sparkle and shine. Yes, most definitely. There we go, everybody. So now it's time to go get geared up to go outside. Hat, glove, jacket. For Hank, he can go out there in t-shirt and all the rest. But for me, I got to go get geared up, sunblock on, the whole 9 yards. We're going to go do some yard work today. So thanks for watching, everybody. And I hope you like this card. And more than that, I hope that I see you back here in my Wonderland. Bye-bye for now, everyone.